The first poem that I will be doing is entitled Outspoken. Bite my tongue? Never. I issue tongue lashings on a regular. My mouth is my sword, strategically constructing sentences from a vast vocabulary of words. I say it like I mean it. I hold nothing back, never taken away from my actual point. My aim is to cut no corners, and I'm being exact. When I'm expressing myself, I simply flow with it, and my method of delivery is somewhat poetic. It does not cater to egos, but is contoured to fit. As I formulate thoughts in my mind, utter them forth from my mouth, and then they roll off my lips. Hands on my hips sometimes as I give you a piece of my mind, exasperating my lungs without taking a breath. And when I'm through telling you the truth about you and what you can do, your reaction is a state of shock as you lay your hand over your left breast. Heart attack? I doubt it. Probably anxiety from the choice of words that I just spouted. And this is not to be taken with a grain of salt. This is an experience and a verbal whooping which your actions wrought. So if you cannot handle being put in your place or being confronted with your just dues face to face, then I suggest you self-check and analyze and learn from your mistakes. Okay. So take heed to what's being said in this verbal explosion. I honestly can't help the fact that I'm outspoken.
Okay. What's it called?
Talk that
from the darkness into the light. Right. It says, out of the darkness I spark this like the dawn of a new age, thumbing through this book called Life without missing a page. I'm enraged at the many ways I allowed life to pass me by. Many times I felt the wind beneath my wings and was afraid to fly. And once opportunities are gone, I find myself asking myself why. Why, when there's a uniqueness in me, is forced to lay dormant for no one to see? Why, when life is but once, you are free to live yours, as we live like prisoners behind closed windows and locked doors? And then there was light, filling my lungs with the fresh air that I breathe as I watch the leaves dance on the branches of the trees and move by the breeze, feeling strong as well as alive. For far too long I've struggled and strived. Now it's time I bring my dreams to life. Feed my need to be seen as well as heard. This time I'm giving it my all, putting everything on the wood. And that's my word. Okay. No more living in the shadows. It's my lead you will follow. True queen, I should be placed on a throne. To dwell amongst the stars in the heavens is my home. And it's the women's backbone to keep y'all niggas strong. So give me what I got coming. My uniqueness has got you running and gunning for something y'all can't even touch. I'm way too much. It takes more than an over average nigga to figure the complexities within me. Not which of y'all who claim to be the last of the real can really feel deep.
Hey.
Yeah. Then this is called I Write. It says, I write because at times I feel I have no other choice. Although not always heard, my words are my voice. A perception of my thought and innermost feelings. A conception of my views which brings about a sense of healing. Sometimes I write because it's out of my control. The voices in my head demand to be exposed. I'm designated scribe for my verbal outbursts. And to articulate by the release of my speech sometimes quenches my thirst, but sometimes it hurts. My life full of so many experiences, concealing my plight so that it never diminishes. And in my struggles, I want all to take interest in. And if I'm living the life that you're living right now, you're not living at all, you're just plain existing. I write because. I write because my soul commands, and when it does, it guides my writing hand along the lines of the paper until it's content. A natural-born talent purely heaven sent. No classes were needed to instruct my pen. My calling to write came deep from within, and I embraced it without knowing the power that I would hold, the lives that I would change from the stories that I told, the closeness it would bring between me and a stranger, or the relief that I felt when I wrote away my anger. I write because. I write because I'm trapped within me, desperately trying to loose myself, but my mind is the only part of me that's free. I write because I write.
Yeah.
Domestic violence, because for a significant part of my life, that was my struggle. So this is a poem about my struggle.
Okay.
It's called, Was It Ever Really Love? It says, was it ever really love? Because I must have missed it. Your lies and deceit was what finally tricked it. Toying with my heart and playing with my mind. I still recall my mind warning me about your kind. But I was blinded by love and simply couldn't see that you were about nothing and never no good for me. And nothing from nothing leaves exactly what you are. Always talking about shining, but it was me that was the star. Was it ever really love? This I would like to know. Because the actions you displayed often told my heart no. Was it ever really love? Was it ever really love? Was it ever really love? I want to know. Was it ever really love when we rode and just kicked it, playing me out of my fetty as if I was your meal ticket, fronting and flogging, perpetrating for the streets, mashing out and stunning for a crowd obsolete? At the crib is where I lay while with our children I played. You were never around to hold me, you just tripped off and come home and scold me. Living every day, years in the past, getting drunk and beating my ass. To watch me cry, you scream, you sorry. To see me bruise, you feel my tragedy. See, I lived the life of a woman scorned, and from my chest my heart was torn, ripped out from my body and tossed in the air. Why you wanted me to believe I had a love so rare. Tricking me into believing that what I had was sublime. In actuality, all along, you were a waste of my time. And 10 years later, it ain't no greater, but I can cover the gray hairs. Still beauty shows on my face, 5'9" and thick in the waist, and all I get is stares. No longer a damsel in distress, I got fed up with your mess. You put my love to the test, but now I lay it to rest, cause you ain't worthy of my best. It was never really love. This I finally know. And I give all thanks to Allah that I have let you go. Now the strife in my life is finally gone. No more pampering my bruises, wondering what I did wrong. No more hiding black eyes or healing broke bones. No more racing to the crib trying to beat you home. No more lies to the doctor so they won't know what's happening. We're sneaking out with my kids when you was drunk, laying around napping. You see, my life is mine, and it has always been. And I found in myself my own best friend. I need you now for security, for a surety. I'm strong, owing nothing to you, but to my children do I belong. The best years of my life are the ones that not live. So onward to bigger and better things for me and my kids. Their frowns have been replaced with smiles that glow. Where you stunted our lives, we can finally grow. We've been through the pain and endured the bad measures. In the forecast, all I see is good weather. Significance.
Significance?
It says, I felt it in the pit of my stomach, the pains that the truth had been brewing. Significance had been ripped in some tragic instance. And what my life breathed into and made so divine is out of breath with a sigh. I sigh out of sight. Out of mind, out of mind. I'm out of mind. Heart struggles to grasp on love, on life, and on faith. But what about the fates? For it gave free rein and bestowed the blessing. But question, on which shift of the winds was it twisted? Because your actions speak as if we never existed. Significance. Was it on his drawback taking aim that Cupid's arrow was tipped with toxins? A product of his nemesis' poisonous intentions, contaminating the sensuousness that we once held sacred. Prayer is my only true line of communication. Although I write, I try to get up the courage to dial. I'm suspended in the ancient state of hesitation. My tears I kiss by frustration. You want me to cry? But why? You act like everything is cool when you left me all alone and you know I needed you. Significance. What I want my words to do to you. What I want my words to do to you. I want my words to pull you into a story I never heard. But to hear it is to have lived it. Feeling every moment. I want my words to pierce your heart, penetrating your bloodstream, as the effects of my words cause you to gain recognition of a life now lived. I want my words to curdle in your stomach like butter in a churn, forming curds of expectations of what is to come, unleashing an experience I never imagined, yet yielding to the wrathfulness of the given situation as it asphyxiates your mind and impairing rational thought.
Oh yeah, okay.
I want my words to beckon you into understanding the fragility of my state of mind as I indulge in provocative endeavors innocently engaged.